Well, hello, my gig workers, my shoppers, my people that keep doing what you're doing and earning that living. It's great. I was shopping in the store the other day. Oh, welcome if this is one of your first times. This is just like a coffee and a bathrobe chat. This is super coffee, and it's infused with some B vitamins, and yeah, it works. It keeps me going. I love my coffee strong and black, and keeps me in those aisles just finding those items. The only time I have a problem is when I have to get all the way down to look at that bottom shelf. But that's what we do, right, shoppers? Anyway, I was shopping, and one of the DoorDash Instacart man, he said he watched my video on being your own CEO, and that was kind of cool to hear. I didn't know he knew where to find me, but that was fun. And I always love it when Brian gives me a shout out, and Jen on the go as well, even though Jen's adventure is taking her in different places, which is great because she brings so much to all of us so we can all learn that, our beloved Instacart isn't the only way. Although I did get a comment that they have revamped Instacart, and the woman made got a really great batch over the weekend. So that is very encouraging to hear. So on my 2 days off in a row, which is great because I can get all the domestic diva stuff that I have to do around the house done, and then I can check out Instacart, Point Pickup. Those are the two that I go to. DoorDash, you still have to schedule time, and so I just don't do that. But I do love my Point Pickup, and I do love my Instacart. And if they have revamped it, well, I'm there, right? I helped an Instacart lady yesterday. She couldn't find some products. She said she was being tortured. She said usually she does it with her husband. So, he can do the step and fetch it while she's got the cart and the app. But I don't know. So we just do what we do. Yesterday was torture in the low inventory department. And I know part of it is staffing. And it was a Sunday too when I that I'm talking about yesterday. And that's time and a half in our store. So when they can't get employees for time and a half, it's a staffing thing. They had a job fair all day Saturday with the HR lady, and then a really nice lady from the front end, and they were kind of capturing people as they came in and giving away goodies. So maybe some people will be plucked that can help, but getting it up on the shelves, I see it's a 24/7 sort of thing because we have regular daytime grocery clerks that are always stocking. And I know it happens all night long, along with the people that block. Blocking is when you pull all the items forward. So you're not down on your hands and knees looking for that crushed tomato can that's way down there. They pull everything forward and make it look nice and inviting in the middle of the night, as well as some of them are stocking the shelves. So it's been great. And the egg supply seems to be back in. But this week it was ocean spray, juices, and there was another one that was anyway. It's always interesting. And then with the weather, with the trucks, are they coming in for produce and meat? That's always the challenge. But the meat is great. We have four at one point. Like I'll walk by there, and there's like 4 or 5 full-time butchers. It's really turned into like your neighborhood butchery, and I love that. And they're very, very, very accommodating. So if you are a shopper, you know that having a good produce man and a good butcher or two in your back pocket will really, really help as you're rounding each corner. And we all know those end caps, and then plus we have the space where they do kind of put specials. I mean, sometimes you can get an inkling what's going to be in the flyer. Sometimes I can get a preview of them. But the place where the flyers for the next week were kept, we just moved to. They just moved our entire Doug department from where it was to another part of the store that used to be an Osco pharmacy. And the demolition really amped up last week, and then the painting, and then the final move was Friday. And they said you'll be up and running by 11. And it's like, really? They had the IT tech, they had the electrician, they had the movers of the great big freezers and fridges and stuff like that. It was really quite fascinating to see how they all danced to make it all happen. So I have a new home at the store for where, we store the things in the fridges and the freezers and the ambient shelves, as they're called. So it's nice. Of course, it kind of messed with Point Pickup and DoorDash people that were coming in to pick up orders, because it's like, well, where did they go? Because our other place was quite obvious, as some of you have heard the stealing of the cart stories. So they'll have to look hard to find the stealing of the cart this time, because we're in a cubby. So all things are good. It's winter. Bringing groceries out to the cars. You know what it's like if you're a shopper, and you just hope for a good day on the roads and that your car holds up. And you certainly don't need those thermal bags for keeping things cold, do you? I just worry about the delicacy of, like, leaf lettuce, and then the berries. They seem so fragile when it's so cold. But we just do what we do, and I'm really looking forward to checking out the Instacart. So anyway, I have no complaints. It's just all go. I don't know what new shopping apps are out there for people, but you know, I was brought up like 3 years ago on my Instacart app, when you used to have to book, and they gave you like 2 hours, and they'd drop an order for $9, and you drive an hour to pick up those, 3 or 4 items for $9. And that was it. So we've come a long way, baby. And I just got notification from YouTube that my this app, my gig Instacart shopper, Sarah the Shopper channel, is now a year old. So here we are, and it's February, and it's been going for a year. I almost have 1,000 viewers. It would be nice to top that, but you know, it's just a number, and we just keep doing what we're doing, giving support to each other. I'm always glad that you're here. If you have a paycheck job and you do the gig work on the side, that's probably wise at this point. Maybe you live in a place like I do, where you could do this in the summer, straight gig work in the summer and really make a lot of money. But then comes the traffic, and that's what really got me last year, was how long it took to get to the order, shop it, and then deliver it. And it really stopped being, economically viable, being the CEO of my own company, of course. When you're down to like $8 an hour by the time you get to the order, drive to the store, shop the order, put it in your car, and deliver it to the customer, it could be 2.5 hours, and it was a $23 order. And, that's pretty elemental math. You put 2.5 into $23. Yeah, that's not a lot of money, right? We still love what we do. We love that freedom. We love that independence. And so that's the yin and the yang, because it's so great to be able to make our own decisions and hit accept, you know. But it's like we do what we do. And I took the paycheck job for shopping. I have certainly no regrets, because I started there part time and continued my gig work. And then they offered me full time. They took me off the streets. But now that I have, well, mostly 2 days off in a row, I can still, do my gig work, which is still a part of me. It's like, the wild, wild west. And it's always so much fun. And you never know, how it's going to turn out. But it's always nice for an adventure. And especially if you live in a nice place, you get to see what your area looks like. And in my case, the winter views are just absolutely gorgeous. I love winter on the Cape, always have, because the roads are clearer. And, I love ice and snow and frozen marshes and things like that. It's kind of pretty. It's very soothing, along with no traffic. Very soothing. But soon enough, it'll be warm, and they'll all come back, and I'll be happy that I have my W-2 job, because I drive to one place. I traded in all of the different vehicles I had for the Uber Eats and the Uber People and the DoorDash and the Instacart, and now I have just a Volvo, and I haven't I haven't even put 2,000 miles on it, and I've had it since September. So, for 5 months, I just drive to work and home, and now my little bit of gig work on my 2 days off. It's all good. It's all good. So I'm going to go replenish my coffee and listen to other people's videos because they always inspire me. And life is good. And I hope that your gig work, your shopping, and what you're doing is great, and you're able to, at the end, you remember that country western song, Too Much Month at the End of the Money? Yeah, that's how it can be. So we needed to have too much money at the end of the month, right? And then we can allocate all of our money for retirement. So when you're like me at 71, you can go, well, at least I have a little something, something put aside, because you always want to have that. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you here the next time. This has been Sarah the Shopper. I'm so glad you're here. Bye bye for now.